What up? Apparently I'm streaming live, so hopefully I am. Um, what's up? What's up, Legends? Lifestyle Legends group. I hope you are enjoying your Thursday. So I wanted to do this free training on, I got the idea from my friend Kyle Davis. Went to high school together. It's pretty cool. So if you haven't been reached out to from me recently, you probably will. I've been reaching out to everybody in the group and asking like what everybody wants a free training on. And so this was Kyle's idea. He's tired all the time. All the time. Okay. And then what's funny is probably like within the same hour, I got the same response from Lexi Huckabee, I think. So I'm gonna tag on both of those. So some of these things are pretty obvious. And so some of you might not like the answer to the question I'm about to give you. The answer to the questions you're asking, you might not like the answer. Kind of like the video I did earlier this week, because we want there to be a special formula. Something must be wrong with me, right? And sometimes you just aren't wanting to address the elephant in the room. Fair enough. So I made this slideshow. We'll jump right into it. Right? And we will. I'm gonna go Prezzo mode. Why am I so tired? I know why I'm so tired. Because Hooligan here wakes up every 2 or 3 hours in the night. Every night. So that's why I am so tired. Okay. So I just wanted to clarify, because before analyzing any deeper issues, you need to ask yourself the following questions. Those of you who are watching. If you're watching this live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching it later, give me a hashtag replay so I know who's watching it when, because I cannot see stuff while I'm doing it this way. So, and then if you have questions, drop them below, and then I will answer them when I am done, when I go back and watch it, okay? And check out the comments. So before analyzing any deeper issues with why you're so tired, you need to ask yourself the following questions, okay? Now, in regards to your diet, are you eating the right amount of calories? Okay. Are you eating too many calories? Or are you eating too few calories? Are you eating enough carbs? Yes, I said the evil word, carbs. Ooh, I love carbs. Are you eating enough carbs? Some of you are extremely active, right? Some of you run miles and miles a day, and then you cut your carbs down so low that you're exhausted. You need carbs for energy. You need them. Okay? So maybe that could be it. Are you eating consistently? Like, are you eating every 2 to 3, 4 hours? And are you eating satisfying meals that make you feel satiated? Because if you're not, like if you're eating not good food all day long, like straight sugar all day long, or junk food for that is not nutrient dense, and you're not eating it consistently, then you will feel tired. Your blood sugar will get low, right? You'll have constant blood sugar spikes, and that's not good. You need fiber, you need fats, good healthy fats, you need a good high amount of protein, all that stuff, right? Are you drinking enough water? And enough water is different for everybody. If your lips are dry and you feel thirsty, you're dehydrated, right? Like, I know I hadn't had any water today and I'm feeling it, right? And so at a minimum, I would say most people need at least 40 ounces a day. 64 ounces would be ideal. And then like anything above that would just be a bonus, right? So are you drinking enough water? That could be why you're tired. Your body needs water. Like it needs it, right? It's going to get it however it can out of the foods that you're eating. But if you're not drinking enough water, then you are literally like, it's just not healthy, right? Your cells need water. Sleep. When it comes to sleep, are you getting enough sleep? No, really. Like, are you really genuinely getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night? Do you wake up a lot? Do you know how good your sleep is? Have you tracked it? Have you looked at it? Do you have sleep apnea? Do you have things going on that you don't know? Like, do you know how well you are actually sleeping? If you don't know how well you're sleeping, like if you can answer yes to all of the following questions, but sleep you're not sure, that might be something you need to look into. Exercise. Do you? Do you exercise? If you don't, that matters. It'll give you energy. You'll feel better. I know it's counterintuitive. You're like, I'm so tired. How do I have the energy to exercise? I'm telling you, you've got to do it. And then how active are you daily, right? So here's the thing. Exercising for 1 hour is completely irrelevant if you are completely sedentary the remaining 23 hours of the day. Okay? So like if you exercise, that's excellent. But if you're only getting $2,500 steps a day and exercising, yeah, sure, you burn 600 calories in that exercise session, but then what, right? So you need to make sure that you're active. Our bodies were made to move. One quote, and it's not even a quote, it's like a theory of oh my heck. Well, it's a law of inertia? I don't know, physics. An object in motion stays in motion. Is it inertia? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll use people that are smarter than me. So that stuck with me in regards to like your bodies. Like an object in motion stays in motion. So if you're active daily, if you're active, you exercise, you keep moving, you get up and go, even though you don't feel like it, it's easier to get going. Like how often has your house been like a total disaster and you're like, ugh, I'm just not in the mood to clean it. But then you start cleaning it and then all of a sudden the whole house is cleaned in 2 hours or an hour and a half and you're like, oh, just had to start. You just have to start sometimes. Okay. So from an exercise standpoint, do you? Do you? And from a body composition standpoint, are you needing to lose weight? How much excess weight are you carrying around every day? If you're 30 or 40 pounds overweight, that's a lot of weight for your body to carry around, especially as a woman. So here's a disadvantage we have as women. Men, their muscles actually increase in size the heavier they are because of the amount of weight that they have on the muscles. And for some odd reason, as women, that does not happen. We still have the same amount of like the same muscle mass, whatever, as we do when we are like at a normal weight. Whoops, as we do as when we're heavier. Like nothing happens. But like a man, his body's actually going to compensate for that. I don't know why that is. I can't remember. There's some science behind it. I should look it up. But like if you're carrying around an extra 40 pounds, sorry, you get baby today. If you're carrying around an extra 40 pounds, that's a lot of weight. Like, have you ever lifted up 40-pound dumbbells or a 40-pound dumbbell and carried around for a long period of time? It's exhausting. No wonder you're tired. No wonder you're tired. Right? And then, are you anxious or depressed? Do you have emotional baggage that you're carrying around? Or, like, what's going on in your life? How are you feeling genuinely? Because if you're suffering from either of these, it can cause you to be overly tired mentally and physically. And it's not a bad thing to admit. Like if you can answer all of those other things with a yes, that could be a thing. And it's not a bad thing to check out and make sure that like, you know, your serotonin is good and all that stuff. Because if you are exercising, that helps increase the serotonin. If you are, you know, doing all the stuff that you should be doing to have a healthy body and you're still overly tired, it wouldn't be a bad idea to check that out. Right? And then some other things. So like if you can answer all of those with like a resounding like, yes, I exercise. Yes, my diet is on point. No, I don't have excess weight. Yes, I get enough sleep. Like all the stuff. If that's like, no, I'm like I'm a healthy as a horse, Kayla. then some other things that might be going on is you might have vitamin deficiency. So these vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin B12, iron, magnesium, or potassium, right? Vitamin, I guess some of those are minerals, but if you don't have enough of those, that could be why you're tired all the time. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to go get your blood checked, or at least, like you can get most of those over the counter in some form. And so you could check it. Iron, I know, is a big one for women. We lack iron a lot. I know that it runs in my family big time. Vitamin D, we are all, most people are lacking in vitamin D. And so it definitely wouldn't be a bad idea to get a vitamin D supplement. A good quality one, not a dumb one. Just so you know. Right? And then finally, this is a short training, but finally is if you are overly stressed, okay, they have what's called adrenal fatigue or adrenal insufficiency, right? Medically, they call it adrenal insufficiency. And it's kind of like one of those terms like fibromyalgia, where like they don't know the cause of it, but they know the symptoms. But essentially, what it is your body is constantly in fight or flight, okay? So if you are overly stressed, like Kyle, I thought of you. Kyle runs a business, right? I'm gonna tag him in this. That's why I said his name. Kyle runs a business, pretty successful as far as I can tell, doing carpet cleaning, right? And he has like franchisees and stuff. I mean, I would imagine that he's pretty stressed, right? It might be good stress, but nonetheless, he's probably stressed, right? And when you are overly stressed, you're almost unable to rest because you're in fight or flight all the time. Like you're constantly on this frequency where you get exhausted, okay? And that could make you overly tired and kind of make you feel like you need a nap or need caffeine or whatever to keep you at that frequency, right? Or at just a normal frequency, even. And so, one thing that I found that helps with this, because obviously I have been overly stressed multiple times in my life as a business owner and a mom, right? Is meditation helps a ton. And then all of those other things help, like exercise helps, making sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure you're eating right. All of those things spill over into this. So, like, all of these things are together. It's not like there's one right answer. It's probably a combination of one or two things that are causing the other things to lack. And then, you see what I'm saying? It's a cycle. So, like, being overly tired, if you're a mom, you're always overly tired, right? Please tell me. Just kidding. But you just need to make sure that you're doing all that you can to take care of yourself on all those levels, right? If you're eating right, if you're exercising, if you're getting enough sleep, if you're making sure you're taking your vitamins, you're eating a nutritious, you're eating nutrient dense foods, you're not overly stressed, then like maybe you just need a nap. Let's be honest, right? But one thing that I was going to address too is one way that you can actually overly stress your body without feeling overly stressed is using stimulants. So and alcohol does the opposite. So like a lot of people will be like caffeine, 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 alcohol, right? And so their body's constantly like stimulated and then depressed, stimulated and then depressed. And like it's a vicious cycle. Vicious, right? Like how much stress does that put on your body and your systems and your organs, right? And so being like constantly jacked up on caffeine could potentially be stressing your body out, right? And I freaking love caffeine. Like I'm gonna be real, right? But what I'm saying is it wouldn't be a bad idea if you can say yes to all of the other things and you're getting your vitamins and all that stuff. If you do drink a lot of caffeine, it wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of detox from it. You'll get a headache, eat some chocolate, and just see how you feel after 2 weeks of no caffeine. If you feel more energized, because it'll take a minute for your body to reset, and then you can add it back in and see without overly doing it, right? Anyway, just a thought. Hopefully this was valuable. If it was, give me a hashtag value, and I will see you guys next week for another free training here in the group.